Hello everyone from Ali at 11th House Wellbeing and welcome to a Wednesday appointment. So today I have the mental meditation for you. The mental meditation is one of those practices in mindfulness that help with fostering a sense of equanimity. So that inner knowledge that in the midst of the peaks and troughs of life and the many waves and the many storms of life, we can be stable, we can be grounded. And this is one of the reasons why mindfulness based interventions are so successful, helping people with depression, with anxiety, with stress, with any emotional issues, really, because what it does for us is it teaches us, it leads us to regulate our emotions. So, we have talked before about that distance from things, from feelings, from emotions, from the event triggering these reactions in us. And that gap, which gives us choice, it gives us the freedom to observe things and know and see what is going on, but without necessarily getting involved in these things. Now, of course, we have the choice to, but sometimes it is detrimental, and sometimes we get so caught up in things that we feel out of control. And in these situations, that is where the mindfulness training kicks in to enable us to step back, observe things, and choose whether we want to get into the storm, get under the waterfall, get involved in it or not, or how much to do it, really. So if you're ready to try this, as usual, just take a comfortable seat with your back nice and straight. And just let your muscles soften up as well. You can just put your hands wherever they are comfortable. I put them in my lap. And you can tuck in your chin a little bit so that if you choose to have your eyes open, you're just looking down without staring at anything in particular. Just soften up your gaze towards the floor. And of course, if it is comfortable, if you feel okay to do so, you can let your eyes close. And I'd like you to imagine, use your imagination to imagine that you have a mountain in front of you. And like I usually ask you to do, fill in all the details. So picture this mountain in your mind's eye with, I don't know, what do you want to put in? It's your mountain. So you could have meadows, you could have forests, you could have rivers and lakes. And how do you see the peak? Is it a very high peak? Is it covered in snow? You could have animals roaming around. Just fill in all of the details. And if you feel that visualizing is not your forte, now keep in mind that you can, and actually please do, use all of the senses. So put in the sounds as well. What can you hear? What does your mountain sound like? You might have the sound of water. You might have the sound of the wind. Sound of the rain, maybe. And what else is there? Bird song. Maybe the odd mysterious growl from an animal, a bear, a wolf. And what about the smells? What does it smell like? I'm sure it smells like fresh air, first of all. Does it smell like snow? Does it smell like pine needles? Does it smell like wood? What about the smell of water, smell of grass, flowers? And what does it feel like? What can you feel on your skin? Is it sunshine, the warmth of the sun, or rain? And what about the mountain itself as you walk on it? Is it it soft, springy ground? Is it rocky? So fill in all of these details. And once you have it just right, now you really have to use your imagination here, because the next step is imagine that you and the mountain are brought so close together that you are merging. So you are becoming the mountain. And I'd like you to feel yourself now as the mountain. You have become the mountain. So feel your vast base and how stable and vast and powerful and strong it is. Feel your body as your slopes tapering up to the top, so that your head is the top now. Whatever it is like, is it pointy, covered in ice? And just feel what you have on your slopes. Feel the grass on your slopes, trees, the water, the wildlife. And I'd like you to really feel this sense of stability that you have in yourself now as the mountain. You are powerful, you are unchangeable, immutable. Feel how grounded you are with your bottom. Feel how strong you are. And I'd like you to look around you and see the weather around you, see what's happening in the sky. So if it is daytime now, you might have clouds floating around you. You might have birds flying overhead, flying around you, nestling in your trees as well. You might have rain, you might have storms happening now. There might be snow. And I'd like you to imagine this weather changing constantly around you and above you. And also go one step further and imagine the changing seasons. So what do you feel like in summer when you're all in bloom? When your trees are alive with leaves, with blossoms, with birds, with squirrels, and all of this wildlife going about its business on your slopes, and your rivers flowing, and your fish swimming, and the sun shining on you. And then autumn comes, and of course your trees change, the weather changes. You're starting to get cooler weather, starting to get a bit of rain, breeze. And what about winter, when it might get so cold that your lakes freeze over and everything is dormant, everything is sleeping, just waiting for the life cycle to start back? And there might be snow. You might be covered in snow and in silence. And then spring comes again. And with spring, new life, new sounds, new flowers, new grass, that tender shade of green. So look at all the changes throughout the seasons and between day and night as well. The sun and then the moon and the stars. And it gets dark at night. And throughout all of these changes, what doesn't change is your essence. What doesn't change is your stability. You are always the same as the mountain. Things change around you and things change on your surface. And when you have more time to do this after our slot at another time, I'd like you to really see all of the details and go through all of these changes and visualize everything and feel everything and be aware of how immutable and how strong you are in your core, in your essence. So feel your stability again. Feel how grounded you are. Nothing is going to move you. Nothing is going to change the core of you. And then we can gradually come back to the room and become aware of our body, our human body, sitting on the chair again, the points of contact, your feet on the floor, your hands on your lap, and the noises around you. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I really hope that you have enjoyed this. And like I said, when you have more time outside our limited slot, please do this and fill in all of the details and really make it yours and see all of the changes and feel your immutable core, feel how stable you are, feel that you are there to stay and you are who you are independently of what is going on around you. This is an image which is really a good reminder. I find it very useful to take with me in everyday life. I am the mountain, I'm staying put, whatever happens. So I'll see you here next week, Wednesday at 1 p.m. And until then, stay safe and stay well and have a lovely week. Bye from me. Bye bye. Bye.